Gets caught in the crossfire. It's caught.
Hello dearest viewers, welcome to Nerdy with Nelson. Today we're going to be ranking the top 10 most powerful characters in The Witcher. The Witcher is a Netflix TV series released in 2019. It follows the life of Geralt of Rivia, a mutated monster hunter, who struggles to find his place in a world in which people often prove more wicked than beasts. While we're keeping our fingers crossed for the second season of the show, it's nice to just list some of the continent's most powerful characters, both men and monsters. Well, without any more delay, let's get nerdy. Coming to our number 10 is Queen Calanthe of Cintra. Calanthe Fiona Rhiannon of Cintra, known also as the Lioness of Cintra, was a queen of Cintra, the mother of Pavetta, and grandmother of Ciri. Her nephew, Kraken Great, called her Modron. She was known for her bravery and beauty. According to Ciri, she won her first battle at Horchburst when she was her age. Queen Calanthe fell to her demise when the Nilfgaardian Empire invaded the northern kingdoms, thereby attacking Cintra. When the Nilfgaardian Empire sacked the city and with no other options left, Calanthe fell from a high tower to her death. The number 9 on our list will go to Triss Merrygold. Triss Merrygold of Mardboer was a legendary Temerian sorceress of the 13th century. Called 14th of the Hill by her contemporaries because she was erroneously thought to have been killed during the Battle of Sodden Hill, she passed into history as Merrygold the Fearless. A member of King Foltest's royal council along with Frocart and Kira Metz, as well as a founding member of the Lodge of Sorceresses, she was involved in politics for most of her life.
Life to save the black. Mine is a gathering wolf.
Renfri was a princess and the daughter of Friedefolk, the Prince of Craeden, and the stepdaughter of Iridia. Renfri was born just after a much prophesied eclipse known as the Black Sun. And according to Strugelberg, girls born during the Black Sun were known to become mutant. Renfri is resistant to magic and Strugelberg believed this was a result of her mutations. Renfri returned to get revenge on Strugelberg for trying to kill her, however she died in a duel with Geralt. Mousesack, also known as Ermion, was a skilled and intelligent druid, and also a good friend and advisor to King Brantuer Siege of Skeldleich, as well as Queen Calanthe of Cintra. He had a thick-set and robust appearance and wore a bushy beard. During the attack on Cintra, Mousesack delayed the Nilfgaardian troops from breaching the gates. He also helped Princess Ciri escape and promised her grandmother, Queen Calanthe, to reunite her with Geralt. Tissaia de Vries was a sorceress and a member of the Chapter of the Gift in the Art. She was one of the rectors at Ertuz and the author of The Poisoned Source. She was also extremely obsessive about her appearance and things in general. Tissaia was the one who took a young Yennifer of Vengerberg under her wing. It was she who fixed Yennefer's hunchback and cured her of her various afflictions. During the coup on Thanid Island, it was she who teleported a heavily wounded Geralt and Triss away from the hands of the approaching Redanian army. After the coup on Thanid Island, Tissaia committed suicide, slitting her wrists. Together with the other losses, her death spelled the end of the council, making way for the Lodge of Sorceresses. Dopplers are shapeshifters who can take the form of anyone or any beast they have encountered, provided it has a similar body weight. In natural form they look quite hideous, like bald, long-nosed and yellow-eyed midgets with elongated limbs, tongues, and noses, somewhat resembling a figurine molded out of dough. They rarely remain so, however, they can change into any being who they know and who does not differ from their size. They can copy so precisely that apart from appearance they acquire physical features, like voice, skills, mindset, and characteristic behaviors. To do all this they don't need any previous insightful observation, they do it instinctively. They also can change fragments of their bodies into clothes or equipment, like a sword or lute. Their abilities have some limitations, however, shapeshift is possible only if they do not touch silver, and any item created from their body would change into torn-out flesh if it loses contact with the rest of a Doppler. Fringilla was a Nilfgaardian sorceress and a member of the Lodge of Sorceresses. She was trainee at Ertusa alongside Yennefer. She was initially assigned to Aiden's court, but when Yennefer of Vengerberg refused to go to Nilfgaard she was sent there instead. Fringilla played a very significant role in the Nilfgaardian attacks, particularly in the Battle of Sodon Hill, where she killed most of her sisters in Ertusa. She's one of the few people who places no morality on her magic, hence making her very powerful, as she's willing to go to any length.
Forbidden magic is one of the ghost stories taught to us here. There is no such thing as dark or light magic.
Yennefer of Vengerberg, born on Bellatine, was a sorceress who lived in Vengerberg, the capital city of Edern. Yennefer had a rough childhood from the moment she was born due to her congenital hunchback. Her father immediately detested her due to this deformity and blamed Yennefer's mother for it, claiming it was through her side, with mages and elven blood. At some point, due to her magical potential, she was received in the Ertusa School for Sorceresses, where Rectress Tissaia de Vries became her teacher and mother figure. During her training, Yennefer tried to kill herself by cutting both of her wrists, severing her tendons, though she survived. Tissaia claimed that the purposefulness of her attempt was the only thing that prevented her from feeling contempt for her weakness, and continued her training. In accordance with the sorceress's tradition, any physical flaw, including her hunchback, was magically removed. Yennefer eventually graduated as a sorceress. Cyrilla Fiona Rhiannon, better known as Ciri, was born in 1252 and most likely during the Bellatine holiday. She was the sole princess of Cintra, the daughter of Pavetta and as well as Queen Calanthe's granddaughter. After Geralt of Rivia helped save Duny's life, Duny asked what reward the Witcher would like, and Geralt proclaimed a law of surprise. As it turned out, Pavetta was pregnant with Ciri, unbeknownst to Duny. After the fall of Cintra, Ciri with the help of Mousesack escaped Cintra with the hope of reuniting with Geralt of Rivia. Ciri got her powers through the Elder Blood gene, which she inherited from her mother. According to a glossary entry, an Elder Blood gene is a genetic program initiated by elven mages, known as sages, for the purpose of creating an extraordinarily gifted child whose power would exceed their own. According to the prophecy of the elven diviner Itlin, the child of Elder Blood will one day save the elves from annihilation. However, the last carrier of Inhenture, Lardoran Epshiado, bonded with a human instead of an elf, thus shattering all plans regarding her offspring. And our number 1 goes to the protagonist himself, Geralt of Rivia. Geralt of Rivia is a Witcher, a magically enhanced mutant who slays monsters for a price, and is the adopted father of Ciri. Despite the fact that Witchers have a reputation for being heartless and the mutations are meant to kill emotions, Geralt still has a conscience and generally helps others because it's the right thing rather than to get paid, though he rarely goes out of his way to admit this. During the trial of the Grasses, Geralt exhibited unusual tolerance for the mutagens that grant Witchers their abilities. Accordingly, Geralt was subjected to further experimental mutagens which rendered his hair white and may have given him greater speed, strength, and stamina than his fellow Witchers. Thank you for watching this video. You can support this channel by liking and sharing this videos with your friends. You can also subscribe to enjoy more contents like this. Don't forget to hit the notification icon, so you'll get notified whenever I upload a video. Till next time, stay nerdy.